basically committed to doing this quest for a little bit, unless I want it to
Look,
come out
can we
bad.
talk for a moment? I need to tell you something. I should probably have told you earlier.
What's on your mind?
Well, let's see. How do I tell you this? We're almost at Redcliffe. Did I say how I know Arl Eamon exactly?
I think he said he raised you.
I'm a bastard. My mother was a serving girl at Redcliffe Castle, and she died when I was born. Arl Eamon took me in and raised me before I was sent to the Chantry. The reason he did that was because, well, because my father was King Marek, which made Cailan my half-brother, I suppose.
What? You don't think you might have told me this before? So you're not just a bastard, but a royal bastard? Doesn't that make you the heir to the throne? Why did you wait to tell me? So you're not just a bastard, but a royal bastard.
Ha! Yes, I guess it does at that. I should use that line more often. I would have told you, but it never really meant anything to me. I was inconvenient, a possible threat to Cailan's rule, and so they kept me secret. I'd never talked about it to anyone. Everyone who knew either resented me for it or they coddled me. Even Duncan kept me out of the fighting because of it. I didn't want you to know as long as possible. I'm sorry.
I think I understand. I can't believe you're so stupid. You still should have told me. Does Loghain know? I think I understand.
Oh, good. I'm glad. It's not like I got special treatment for it anyhow. Arl Eamon eventually married a young woman from Orlais, despite all the problems it caused with the king so soon after the war. He loved her a great deal. Anyway, the new Arlessa resented the rumors which pegged me as the Arl's bastard. They weren't true, but of course they existed. The Arl didn't care, but she did. So off I was packed to the nearest monastery at age 10. Just as well. The Arlessa made sure the castle wasn't a home to me by that point. She despised me.
Did she know the truth about you? What an awful thing to do to a child. That sounds like a bunch of whining. You were probably luckier than most orphans. Did she know the truth about you?
She may have, but I think it's more likely that she feared the rumors might be true. I can't blame her for that. I remember I had an amulet with Andraste's holy symbol on it. The only thing I had of my mother's. I was so furious at being sent away, I tore it off and threw it at the wall. And it shattered. Stupid, stupid thing to do. The Owl came by the monastery a few times to see how I was, but I was stubborn. I hated it there and blamed him for everything. And eventually, he just stopped coming.
But you were an heir to the throne, right? Why keep it a secret now? You were young, and you think that Arl will help us. You were young.
And raised by dogs. Or I may as well have been the way I acted. But maybe all young bastards act like that, I don't know. All I know is that the Arl is a good man and well loved by the people. He also was King Cailan's uncle, so he has a personal motivation to see Loghain pay for what he did. So there you have it. Now can we move on? And I'll just pretend you still think I'm some nobody who was too lucky to die with the rest of the Grey Wardens.
Aren't you, as you command, my prince? That's not really what you think it is. It's not really what you think, is it? And what does that mean? As you command, my prince.
Oh, lovely. I'm going to regret this. Somehow I just know it.
Alistair approves plus 4.
What do you need?
Do you want to talk about Duncan?
You don't have to do that. I know you didn't know him as long as I did.
That doesn't mean I don't mourn his loss. He was like a father to you, I understand. Good. I don't want you falling apart again. He was like a father to you, I understand.
I should have handled it better. This could happen.
Oh my god.
Any of us could die in battle.
One of those asshole neighbors.
I shouldn't have lost it. Not when so much is riding on us. Not with the blight and everything. I'm sorry.
No harm done, Alistair. There's no need to apologize. Well, yes, well, let's forget about it. Just don't let it happen again. No harm done. No need to apologize.
I'd like to have a proper funeral for him. Maybe once this is all done, if we're still alive. I don't think he had any family to speak of.
He had you.
I suppose he did. It probably sounds stupid, but part of me wishes I was with him. In the battle. I feel like I abandoned him.
No, I understand completely.
Of course. I'd be dead then, wouldn't I? It's not like that would make him happier. I think he came from Hyeba. Or so he said. Maybe I'll go up there sometime. See about putting up something in his honor. I don't know. Have you had someone close to you die? Not that I mean to pry, I'm just...
Blessed enough to know what you're going through. My entire family was murdered just recently. I'd rather not talk about it, to be honest. My entire family was murdered just recently.
Oh, of course. How stupid of me to forget. Here I am going on and on about Duncan, and you... I am so sorry.
Foot and
Thank you.
mouth.
Really, I mean it. It was good to talk about it, at least a little.
I'll go to Highever with you when you go.
I'd like that. So would he, I think.
Alistair +6.
What do you need?
I'd like to ask you something.
Ask away.
What could a Templar do exactly?
Essentially, they're trained to fight. The Chantry would tell you that the Templars exist simply to defend. But don't let them fool you. They're an army. The other main purpose for a Templar is, of course, to hunt mages. To that end, we train in talents that drain mana and disrupt spells.
So couldn't others learn these talents?
Perhaps, but there usually isn't much of an opportunity. The Chantry keeps a close rein on its Templars. We are given lyrium to help develop our magical talents, you see. Which means we become addicted. And since the Chantry controls the lyrium trade with the dwarves, well, I'm sure you can put two.
Shady shit the Chantry does. That's horrible. I can't believe they would do that.
Well, they do it, and they feel perfectly justified. You don't need lyrium in order to learn the Templar talents. Lyrium just makes Templars' talents more effective. Or so I was told. Maybe it doesn't even do that. The Chantry usually doesn't let their Templars get away either, so they can spread their secrets. I'm a bit of an exception. Lucky me. What do you need? Ask away.
Tell me about the Grey Wardens.
Such as they are.
The nearest Grey Wardens.
That's a
from
good
here.
question. There's plenty in Orlais, but who knows where they might be found. And the nearest Orlesian city is weeks away. If we go north and cross the sea, there's bound to be some in the Free Marches. Again, however, I just don't know where. I don't know anything about Grey Wardens in other lands.
Is there a headquarters somewhere?
Here in Ferelden, there's our compound in Denerim at the palace, but that's it. Loghain will have control over that and be watching it, no doubt. Beyond that, the only place I know of is Weishaupt Fortress. That's the headquarters of all Grey Wardens in the Anderfels, 1,000 miles from here. But I've no idea how to even contact them. So unless we try to get back to the compound in Denerim, I suppose the answer is no. There's nowhere for us to go.
Will we need to start rebuilding the Order?
I mean, eventually we would have to use the joining to make more Grey Wardens, right? But I don't know how to do the joining, or what's involved. I know it involves lyrium and some other magic, and that it's really difficult to prepare, but that's it. Unless we can find out more about the joining, I guess we better get used to the idea that there might only be 2 of us for now. Until more come from elsewhere.
So what happens now if there's just 2 of us?
I imagine that eventually the Grey Wardens outside of Ferelden will wonder what's happened. Why there's no contact from Duncan or someone. They'll send someone eventually. Though who knows what Loghain's people in Denerim will tell them. Maybe they won't send anyone. We could try to contact them. But that would mean leaving Ferelden, and even if we did, they couldn't come back with us in time to stop the Blight. So that means whatever happens, it's up to us.
No more questions.
About the Grey Wardens, anyhow. Fair enough. What do you need? Ask away.
So did you become a Grey Warden?
Same way you did. You drink some blood, you choke on it, and pass out. You haven't forgotten already, have you?
I mean, before that.
Let's see, I was in the Chantry before. I trained for many years to become a Templar, in fact. That's where I learned most of my skills.
It seemed like the religious
You're
sort.
telling me I was banished to the kitchens to scour the pots more times than I can count. And that's a lot. I can count pretty high. The Grand Cleric didn't want to let me go. Duncan was forced to conscript me, actually, and was she ever furious when he did. I thought she was going to have us both arrested. I was lucky.
Well, the Grand Cleric want to keep you.
I wondered that myself. It's not as if she valued me highly. I think she just didn't want to give anything to the Grey Wardens is all. The Chantry didn't lose much. And I think I can do more fighting the Blight anyhow, rather than sitting in a temple somewhere. I'll always be thankful to Duncan for recruiting me. If it hadn't been for him, you know, I wouldn't have.
I shouldn't have brought him up. I'm sorry. Don't start crying again. Please, he was a good man.
He was. A good man who didn't deserve his fate. That much I'm sure of. Come on, let's go. I think I'm done talking.
1+1.
What do you need? Ask away.
Why have you remained a Templar if you hate the Chantry?
Have you seen the uniform? It's not only stylish, but well made. I'm a sucker for good tailoring.
Thought Templars wore heavy plate mostly. Oh, I don't think I've ever seen you wearing it. Not this again, can't you? I don't think I've ever seen you wearing it.
I keep it hidden under my pillow. Sometimes I'll take it out just so I can hug it fondly and remember the good old days. Brings a tear to the eyes, you know.
And what's the real reason?
You don't really want to know about my being a Templar, do you? It's really quite boring.
Then make something up more exciting.
You know, I like the way you think. You're all right. If you're really curious, then I'll tell you. The truth of the matter is that I did hate going to the monastery. The initiates from poor families thought I put on airs, while the noble ones called me a bastard and ignored me. I felt like Al Eamon had cast me off, unwanted, and I was determined to be bitter. But I took some solace in the training itself, I guess. I was actually quite good at it.
What did you enjoy about the training?
The education, mostly, but also the discipline. You need to have a disciplined mind in order to use the abilities we have. It was difficult, but rewarding. I never really felt at home anywhere, though, until I joined the Grey Wardens. And Duncan felt my Templar abilities might be useful for when we encountered Darkspawn magic, so I kept it up. What about you? Do you have anywhere you consider home?
Our home was taken over by Orlhow.
Right. Stupid of me to ask.
He
I'm
keeps
sorry.
putting his foot in his
We won't
mouth.
always be traveling like this, you know. Once the war is over, once the Blight is... well, a time will come when we'll have to think about having a real home again. Although that seems like a far ways off. And I suppose the Grey Wardens are gone for good. Either way.
That's assuming we even survive. They can be rebuilt. We can always keep traveling. This is not the time to think about that. They can be rebuilt.
I suppose you're right. We can create new Grey Wardens, but we'll never get back those we lost. I wonder if it would ever feel the same. Anyhow, now I've sidetracked us. We'd better get back to what we're supposed to be doing right now.
+2.
What do you need? Ask away. You never asked?
Why'd you keep your birthright a secret? It's a cheap answer. That's a cheap answer.
All right. If you want the full explanation, I'll give it to you. The thing is, I'm used to not telling anyone who didn't already know. It was always a secret. Even Duncan was the only Grey Warden who knew. And then after the battle, when I should have told you, I don't know, it seemed like it was too late by then. How do you just tell someone that?
It's come up, Alistair. You've been avoiding it. How about, by the way, I'm the heir to the throne? I guess I could understand that. How about, by the way, I'm the heir to the throne?
Yes, well, suppose part of me kind of liked you not knowing.
Why? What happens when people find out? You enjoyed not telling me? You don't think it was dangerous enough? Why? What happens when people find
They
out?
treat me differently. I become the bastard prince to them, instead of just Alistair. I know that must sound stupid to you, but I hate that it shaped my entire life. I never wanted it, and I certainly don't want to be king. The very idea of it terrifies me.
That sounds stupid at all. You don't want to be king. Why not? That sounds incredibly whiny, Alistair. That sounds stupid at all.
For all the good it does me, my blood seems certain to haunt me no matter what I do. I guess I should be thankful that Arl Eamon is far more likely to inherit the throne. If he's all right. Oh, I hope he's all right. For what it's worth, I'm sorry for not telling you sooner. It was a dumb thing to do.
Yes, it wasn't Curly. Don't worry about it, Alistair. No harm done.
I guess it's kind of a relief that you know now. Let's go.
+2. And then... I think I'd just give him ale. Yeah, I'll walk down now.
Is that for me? Really? Wow. Wow.
Yeah, he's that excited about. And minor constitution. Don't want to do that for Liliana. At least not right now. Kind of over talking to people at the moment. It's kind of been... That's the one thing about Dragon Age is there's a lot of talking. Hey, Thomas.
I thought I saw travelers coming down the road, though I scarcely believed it. Have you come to help us?
I'm on important business. I need to see Arl Eamon. What do you mean? Is there a problem? Get out of my way. I need to see Arl Eamon.
Oh. Then you don't know. Has nobody out there heard?
What are you talking about? Heard what? I heard Arl Eamon was sick, if that's what you mean. There's a civil war going on, if you haven't noticed. There's just nothing I should care about.
He could be dead for all we know. Nobody's heard from the castle in days. We're under attack. Monsters come out of the castle every night and attack us until dawn. Everyone's been fighting and dying.
Apparently everyone seems to agree that a blight is the perfect time to start killing each other. Marvelous, really.
We've no army to defend us. No Arl and no king to send us help. So many are dead. And those left are terrified they're next.
Hold on, what is this evil that's attacking you?
I don't rightly know. I'm sorry, nobody does. I should take you to Ban Tegan. He's all that's holding us together. He'll want to see you.
Ban Tegan, Arl Eamon's brother. He's here.
Yes. It's not far, if you'll come with me.
Ban Tegan. He's actually one of my favorite characters because he's kind of a badass and speaks his mind. Especially since he just fucking told the queen off. Did he do what was best for your husband, your majesty?
It's Thomas, yes? And who are these people with you? They are obviously not simple travelers.
No, my lord. They just arrived, and I thought you would want to see them.
Well done, Thomas. Greetings, friends. My name is Tegan, Ban of Reynisphere, brother to the Arl.
I remember you, Ban Tegan. Though the last time we met, I was a lot younger and covered in mud.
Covered in mud? Alistair? It is you, isn't it? You're alive! This is wonderful news.
Still alive, yes. Though not for long if Ten Loghain has anything to say about it.
Indeed. Loghain would have us believe all Grey Wardens died along with my nephew, amongst other things.
You don't believe Loghain's lies?
What, that he pulled his men in order to save them? That Cailan risked everything in the name of glory? Hardly. Loghain
Well, that
calls the
part
Grey
was a
Wardens
little true.
traitors, murderers of the king. I don't believe it. It is an act of a desperate man. So, you are a Grey Warden
that's
as
another
well.
reason why
Is
I
it
like this
possible
dude.
we've met? You seem very familiar.
You may know my father, Tim Kuzlin.
Ah, yes, that's it, exactly. A pleasure to meet you indeed, though I wish it were under better circumstances. You're here to see my brother. Unfortunately, that might be a problem. Eamon is gravely ill. No one has heard from the castle in days. No guards patrol the walls, and no one has responded to my shouts. The attack started a few nights ago. Evil things surged from the castle. We drove them back, but many perished during the assault.
What evil things are you talking about?
Some call them the Walking Dead, decomposing corpses returning to life with a hunger for human flesh. They hit again the next night. Each night they come with greater numbers. With Cailan dead and Loghain starting a war over the throne, no one responds to my urgent calls for help. I have a feeling tonight's assault will be the worst yet. Alistair, I hate to ask, but I desperately need the help of you and your friends.
It isn't just up to me. Though the Grey Wardens don't stand much chance against Loghain without Arl Eamon.
Of course we'll help.
How pointless to help these villagers fight an impossible battle. One would think we had enough to contend with elsewhere.
Thank you. Thank you. This means more to me than you can guess. Thomas, please tell Murdoch what transpired. Then return to your post.
Yes, my lord.
Now then, there is much to do before night falls. I put 2 men in charge of the defense outside. Murdoch, the village mayor, is outside the chantry. Sir Perth, one of Eamon's knights, is just up the cliff at the windmill, watching the castle. You may discuss with them the preparations for the coming battle. Very well. Luck be with you, my friend.
Morgan disapproves +5 or -5. I don't think she's inspired anymore. She's interested in me though. Yeah, it's gone. No longer minor magicked. That's fine. I can get it back.
A fine gift.
There you go.
have my thanks.
Minor magic. Material
Let us
possessions.
pray. Blessed art thou who exists to make us. Blessed art thou who seeks his forgiveness. Blessed art thou who seeks his return. Blessed is the prophetess, his daughter.
I'm scared, Mother.
Can I
When
get
are
you a
the
ladder
bad men
so you
coming?
can get off my back?
Soon, darling.
Good day.
Don't worry. Everything will be all right. But I want to go home. Where's Father?
Now's better than later.
Can't we go
Jeddah.
home?
You're a Grey Warden, right? Were you in Ostagar? In the Korkari Wilds? My husband and son went there to bring the chant of light to the chastened. But I haven't heard from them since.
Are you Jeddah?
I am. You've heard of me?
There's something here from your husband.
Oh? Oh, his logbox. If you're bringing me this... Oh no, I'm sorry. Thank you so much for bringing this to me.
You tell a lot of people that a lot of people are dead in
Means
this
a
game.
lot to. Maker's blessings upon you.
I already told you. Father is outside defending the village from the bad men. We must stay here and be brave. Can you do that? I guess so.
Caitlin?
Sorry, am I bothering you? I'll try to be more quiet.
You alright? Why are you crying?
Those things dragged my mother away. I don't know what happened to her, but I hear her screaming all the time. Everywhere.
How terrible, you poor thing. I wish there was something we could do to help.
And now my brother Bevan, he ran off. I don't know where he is. I'm so scared they got him too.
Why would he run off? Do you
He
know?
said something about saving Mother. He's just a little boy. He doesn't understand she's gone.
If he has foolishly run off, then he is no doubt dead. You should get used to that fact.
God damn,
Nice.
it's such a
Maybe
bitch.
you want to kick her in the head while you're at it.
Shall we comfort her with lies? If she is to face death, better she face it honestly.
I hope he didn't try to go to the castle. Oh, that would be awful.
Don't worry, I'll look
You
for
will.
him.
Thank you so much. Please find him. I'm so scared, Father. What are we going to do?
Ah, fresh air. It was difficult you to breathe within with all that self-righteousness crowding the air?
Still no sign of them coming back from the castle, Murdoch.
Tell them to maintain watch. I don't want a surprise attack before the sun goes down.
Yes, sir. What should we do until then?
Pray, and hope for a miracle.
Okay, so, yeah, this guy...
So you're the Grey Warden, are you? I heard they all died with the king.
You heard wrong.
So you say? A damn Qunari could walk up and say he was a Grey Warden. I wouldn't know the difference. We aren't gonna turn aside anyone who wants to help, though. Don't take me for being an ingrate or nothing.
Well, we do want to help however we can. You can trust us.
Name's Murdoch, mayor of what's left of the
This
village.
guy's voice,
providing
he's
we
the...
aren't all killed and hauled off to the castle tonight.
He's the, Zaid from Mass Effect. Have faith, good man. We will defeat this evil together.
I hope you're right. I've been trying to hold us together, but it isn't easy. Anyhow, you're here, and they tell me you're in charge.
What can I do? What can I do to help?
We need what little armor and weapons we got repaired, and quickly, or half of us will be fighting without either. Owen's the only blacksmith who can do it, but the stubborn fool refuses to even talk. If we're to be ready for tonight, we'll need that crotchety bastard's help.
See what I
I'd
can
appreciate it. If he doesn't help, he'll die like the rest of us. What good will that do anyone then?
Go away. Curse you. Leave me in peace. You've already taken everything out of my stores. There's nothing left.
Is this Owen, the blacksmith? I need to speak with you.
Huh? Who is that? What do you want? I've been through enough.
Prefer not to speak through a door. Can I come in?
All right, all right. Let me undo the locks. All I ask is that you don't make any trouble.
Maker's breath. What is that smell? It's like someone set a brewery on fire.
Somebody's been drinking.
So I let you in. You wanted to talk. Now we're talking. Mind telling me who you are?
Oh, it's Ren, Grey Warden helping the Antigua.
The Grey Warden, is it? It takes all kinds. Anyhow, my name's Owen, though you might already know that. Care to join me as I get besotted? Or is there something in particular you wanted?
Why have you locked yourself in the smithy?
My girl, Valena, is one of the Alessa's maids, and she's trapped up there in the castle, but the mayor won't send anyone for her. She's been my life since my wife passed on 2 years ago. Now she's dead, or soon to be. I don't care what happens to me or the village, or anyone!
So you intend to drink yourself to death. I will rescue your daughter.
It'd do me the world of good to think maybe someone like you could go in and find her. Provided any of us live through the night.
What about the militia? They need your help.
If you look for Valena, I'll reopen the smithy and make some repairs for the militia. I can do that much.
I'll do my best.
Not good enough. Murdoch said the same damn thing. And I didn't believe him either.
You were asking a great deal, you wretched little man.
I want a promise. Promise me that you'll look for her. That you'll bring her back to me if you can.
I promise you I'll find her.
I'll accept that. It's something to hope for, at least.
Oh, lovely. Shall we next begin rescuing kittens from trees?
Right then. It seems I have some work to do, relighting the forge, and I suppose I'll have to find some iron. Maybe at the mill. Oh, Murdoch just better send his men here as soon as possible if I'm gonna get to all these repairs and get them done by nightfall. If you need anything done, Well, just let me know. I've got a lot to do now, so you'll have to excuse me.
Great.
Hey, I see you found my hiding place. I stuck some old equipment in there before Murdoch could get his hands on it. I don't think there's anything you'll need in there, but it's hard to say. I was in a bit of a rush when I filled it up. Yeah, let me open it for you. I have the key.
Nice. Free shit. Come on. There you go. Yeah.
I must admit, it feels good to be up and doing something finally. There's no way I'm sobering up before morning, however.
Let's talk business.
Right. I haven't got much, obviously, but I'll do whatever I can for you.
Sell that. Sell you back the stuff that I just got out of your stuff. Oh, there you go. Helmet, soldier's helm, heavy chainmail, scale, splat, heavy chainmail, large shrapnel plans, large caltrop plans, metal shards. Yeah, you really don't have much. Still, a store's a store.
I'll get on.
Well, it looks like Owen's finally doing the repairs we need. The damn fool is falling over a drunk and still manages to make smithying look easy. Good enough, I say. I'll inform Bantig and the militia is ready to fight. We'll give those bastards a welcome they won't soon forget.
We're not only ready, Murdoch, we're going to win.
I hope you're right. We may just be village folk, but we're going to fight like there's no tomorrow.
Anything else I can do?
We could use some extra bodies. Having a veteran like Dwyn in the militia would help a lot, but he flat out refuses.
About Dwyn.
He's a trader, a dwarf, lives near the lake. Locked himself up in his home with some of his workers, he has. Says he doesn't need any of us. We could use somebody with his fighting experience, but he won't come out. I have a good feeling about tonight.
Okay. Caitlin's home. You press the dresser, something moves inside. You hear a short surprise and take a breath in silence. Whatever's inside the dresser, come out
Go
now.
away. This isn't your home. This is my home. My home, you hear me?
Bevan, is that you?
How do you know my name?
Spoke with your sister in the chantry.
Did she tell you to take me back to the chantry? Don't make me go back there. I hate that place. I hate it.
Don't you think your sister might be worried about you?
Maybe. But she just tells me not to be scared, even though she is. She tells me not to be sad, but she keeps crying because Mother died. I don't want to be sad. I'm brave. I'm going to be a hero. I'm going to fight them off. I will.
From in there?
No. I just heard you coming and I guess that's not very brave of me, is it? I'll come out now. Alright, I came out. You won't hurt me. Will you? I'll go back to the chantry if you really want.
Just tell me what you were doing in there.
I can't tell you. It's a secret.
Are you sure? Maybe I could help you.
You could. Alright, I guess. Father said I could have his sword when I grew up. It was grandfather's. And Grandfather was a great dragon slayer. I thought, if I was brave like Grandfather, I could use his sword and kill the bad people who took Mother.
Where's the sword now?
In the chest. In Mother's room. Father gave me a key, but I'm not supposed to give it to anyone.
We use that sword to help the village.
But I can't give it to you. It was Father's. Caitlin would be so mad if I did.
So I can help you and your sister in
You
return.
could? Maybe you could give my sister money? She said if we had money, we'd be alright. Even if Mother is dead.
Talk to your sister about it, I promise.
Oh, alright. Here's the key.
I usually do that
I hope
anyway.
you use it to kill a lot of those bad people. I should go back to the Chantry. Good luck.
Okay, how far? Yeah, Morgan's almost leveled up. I only need 270 experience. I'm getting like 50 a whack on books. So I just need a few more books. The Green Blade. Nature resistance and +6 versus beasts. It's high enough damage. It's 9.10 over 7.7. I mean, it is a little better. 50 XP. Gotta make sure she's actually getting that right. 4780. Yep. Okay. I'm pretty sure there is enough stuff around here to get her leveled up so that I can get her the heal spell. That's gonna help out a lot. Barrel, deep mushroom. What a crate. Death root. And see, one thing about this particular quest is that if I were to leave now, I'd come back and like all the villagers would be dead. Because that's how they have this game set up. You don't want to, once you start this particular quest, you don't want to continue it, or you don't want to go somewhere else and then not, you know. Right. There's lamp oil in these barrels. Good to know. Insufficient skill. Wow, okay. What level is she? 7. Okay, so if she levels up, which is a while from now, I can always come back here. Yeah, eventually everybody just kind of starts leveling out, and everybody's going to start leveling up at the same time instead of all this, you know, you're about to level up, you're about to level up. Dwyn's home. Pick the lock on the door. Break open the lock. Fuck that door.
Wonderful. Intruders. I hope you have a good reason for breaking and entering into my home.
I apologize, didn't mean any harm.
Apology accepted. The name's Dwyn. Pleased to meet you. Now get out.
Murdoch says he needs you for the militia.
So what? You recruiting for him? I'll tell you what I told Murdoch. I'm not risking my neck for this town.
Your chances are better out there than in here.
Thanks. But I'll take my chances in here. Everyone else can run around in the open waiting to die.
Can't I change your mind?
Maybe. Let's hear what you've got.
Put in a good word with you and Van Tegan on the
What good would that do me? The Jarl's probably dead. I couldn't care less what Tegan thinks of me. What else you got?
You go and I don't cut off your head. How about that?
So, that's what it comes down to, huh? Fine. I'll go. If you want me out there so badly.
Good man.
Spoken like someone who doesn't know me very well. Go tell Murdoch you won. And I better see you out there in the square when those creatures come.
Either die out there or die in here. Your choice, basically. Alright. I tried being diplomatic. He was just being a douche. Alright.
The repairs are underway surprisingly quickly, considering how drunk Owen is. We may just make it.
How's morale?
The men's spirits are high for now. Far better than I expected, to be honest. Dwin's presence makes the men a bit more confident. It helps to know a veteran is on our side tonight. Since you convinced Owen to start repairs, we're pretty well armed now. That is a relief, let me tell you. Overall, I'd say the militia's very ready to fight. Never thought I'd say that, but there you go. Is there anything else?
I'll be back. I need to check on something.
I have a good feeling about tonight.
I don't like being out here, Dwin. The mayor's giving me the evil eye.
Well, he should. Because you're a good-for-nothing liar.
Okay. You can come on over here. Huh. Yeah, you can actually get up there, can't you? Then there's somebody I need to go talk to in there. There's all sorts of stuff around that I need to get. Holy crap. Stuff over here. Stuff over here.
Yes, of course.
See, the spirit crystals, that's the golem stuff. That's the shale. But for some reason, I don't have the quest to go get shale, even though you can do it from the beginning. So, the DLC's glitched. I can't get to it right now. I gotta look up the little fix for it. But I mean, that's no big deal. I wasn't planning on doing that right away anyway. I wanna say. The bar's up here. I forgot, like, how you get up there exactly. Oh, yeah. Right here. Never mind. Great. Oh, fruit. Oh, Liliana.
Mm-hmm.
God damn, another insufficient skill. Wow. As soon as she hits level 8, I'm going to make sure her cunning's high enough for the next thing of Deft Hands. Okay, let's go to the bar. Alright, now, she needs a lot of willpower. magic. And then I'm gonna give her a heal. Because Jesus Christ, I need healing. Now, I forget the best way to handle this. Oh yeah, Berwick.
Not looking for company.
Shouldn't you be with the militia?
Why? I don't live here.
What are you doing here?
Just waiting until I can leave again.
Who are you?
I'm not here to talk.
There's something about this man's demeanor. I don't know.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
But you do, don't you? I know a spy when I see one.
Look, I don't know you, and I don't want to. I'm not... I mean, I was just told to... I mean, just leave me alone.
What do you mean? What were you told to do?
Nothing. Nobody told me to do anything. Just because you're a Grey Warden doesn't mean you can go around threatening people.
And how did you know I'm a Grey Warden? It'd be easier if you just tell me what you're hiding.
But I never... Oh, all right, I'll tell you. Just don't hurt me. This is more than I bargained for. Look, they just paid me to watch the castle and send word if anything should change. But they never said anything about monsters. I haven't even been able to report anything since this started. I'm stuck, same as you, I swear.
Who are they who hired you to do this?
A tall fellow. I forget his name. He, said he was working for Hal. Arl Rendon Hal. He's an important man, Terran Loghain's right hand. So I didn't do anything wrong.
What are you supposed to watch the castle for?
Just to report any changes, honest. All I could send word about was the Arl getting sick. After that, monsters started coming from the castle. Here, this is a letter from them. It has instructions and everything. Keep it, do whatever you want with it.
Evidence.
I just thought I was serving the king and making a bit of coin on the side. You have to believe me.
I think you should help defend Redcliffe tonight.
Oh, all right. I'll do it. Thank you for your mercy. I won't forget it.
And now I have an elf with a bow and medium armor helping the militia tonight.
Another doomed soul come to drown their sorrows here, I see. If you came here for a drink, you'll have to talk to Lloyd. He's got a vice grip on the spigots. I'm just here to keep the boys from mutiny.
So how's business been?
What business? Without the castle soldiers, the only customers we have are local. And they're all in the militia with no money to spend. A few with any money are here, but it's not enough to justify working. Lloyd's a greasy pig. And if I didn't need this job so badly,
Pretty girl like you should be able to do better.
Oh, you think I'm pretty, do you?
Of course I do, anyone would.
That's really sweet of you. Thank you.
Shouldn't you be at the chantry?
Later on, yes. Lloyd will lock himself in the cellar, and I'll go to the chantry. Are you fighting tonight?
Yes, I am.
That's good to hear. I didn't know that. Keep safe.
Lloyd.
Hello there, friend. Can't say we've ever met before. Stranger to the village, I take it. Haven't had many travelers lately. All this nonsense is bad for business. Bet you regret coming, yes?
Not at all.
Brave words. Brave words. Well, we'll see when night falls, won't we? So, what'll it be? You are here to drink, I hope. Right. Got some supplies, too, in case you're interested. With the store closed down, it doesn't hurt to pick up some of the slack, eh?
Give me your health poultices. Gonna need them. Health poultice recipe. Ale. More fruits. Deep mushrooms. Let's buy like another 10 flasks.
Hey, what can Lloyd get you?
I have a few concerts.
Fine. Make them quick.
He's still open.
I'm not abandoning my tavern because of a few monsters. The second I'm in the Chantry, Murdoch and his men will be here drinking all my ale. Why? When them creatures attack, I lock myself in the cellar, just batten the hatches and wait it out. What's the point in getting myself killed with all the rest of them? If that makes me a coward, then I'm a coward.
Whatever, then be a coward if that's what you
Well,
want.
yes. I suppose that is what I want. Not a lot. Castle guards stopped coming in about a week back. It's unusual, too. They were my main source of business. After a few days, I thought it strange enough to ask. But nobody heard anything. Anyone going up to the castle didn't come back. When the first attack hit, I locked myself in the cellar. I say we just wait for help to come. Something else I can get for you? Right then.
I'll drink to you, friend. It's nice to know someone cares about our village.
Yes? Lloyd's watered down swill hasn't made you leave yet, I see. What business? Without the castle soldiers, the only customers... The few with any money are here, but it's not enough to justify working. Lloyd's...
Care for Lloyd.
He groped me and paid me next to nothing. But I suppose it could be worse. Not like I've got many options.
Why don't you leave?
And go where? With no money and no prospects, I just end up somewhere else working for someone worse.
You could leave if you had some help.
You mean after the fighting's over? I'd really like that. What would I have to do in return?
Take a kiss, maybe a smile.
You're a rare one, you are, making me laugh with this blackness hanging over our heads.
That's what the Grey Wardens are all about. Amusing people.
I tell you what, sweetie. You make it through the night, and you'll get your kiss. Make her bless you. I'll kiss every man in the village if we survive!
Hurrah! 3 cheers for Bella!
Keep safe.
Alrighty. I think you could handle it so, like, she takes over the tavern and Lloyd, like, dies. If you kill Lloyd or tell him to do the, be part of the militia, but, whatever. Alright, now that Morgan's got a heal. And I'm not, like, officially attached to anybody, so nobody cares that I asked for a kiss.
What now?
Damn, Liliana.
As you like.
Getting all snappy at me.
Yes? What can I do for you?
Blackstone regulars.
I knew this time would come. I should have listened to my wife. Don't sign that paper, she said. They might pay you a few sovereigns now, but they'll be back. Blast. I'll see you on the front lines, I suppose.
They say your mother is Flemeth, a witch of the Kukari Wilds.
They also say that washing your feet in winter makes you catch cold in the head, but we all know that is not true. But sometimes they are right. And they are right in this.
You know the stories about...
Of course. You think my mother would let me go without telling me all the stories of her youth?
My mother told me stories too. She was the one who kindled my love of the old tales and legends.
My mother's stories curdled my blood and haunted my dreams. No little girl wants to hear about the wilder men her mother took to her bed. using them till they were spent, then killing them. No little girl wants to be told that this is also expected of her once she comes of age.
I see.
No, you don't. You
Jesus
really don't.
Christ, Morgan. Okay, coming on up here to talk to Sir Perth. So, now some knights.
No word from the castle.
Cast his grace.
The pool is still, as it has been for days.
Now it's better than later.
As though there is naught in there but death. Say no more.
Ah, it's sort of like coming home again, but with more undead.
Ooh, just regular old steel helmet. Sweet. Watch my helm change. Boom! My helm's brighter than the rest of me. Yeah, depending on what your stuff is made of, it will change color. Although I probably should just give this to Alistair. Make him match. Here you have the steel helmet. Yeah, see, that matches the rest of his stuff. Of course, the thickened cap is actually more armor. Wow, okay. Yeah, I think I'll put that on me. 10 mental resistance? That's pretty good. And then Liliana. I mean, it's not worth the, like, point, like, what, four, little less than half of an armor point. Alright, Sir Perth.
Greetings, Grey Warden. I am as relieved as Van Tegan is to see you here. I must admit that I do not quite know how to address you. Is my lord sufficient?
That would be proper. I am a Terran's son.
Very well then, my lord. I am humbly at your service. I am Sir Perth, until recently in direct service of Arl Eamon of Redcliffe. For now my charge is defending the village from these evil assaults. Would that I had chosen not to seek out the urn of sacred ashes. Perhaps I would have fended off whatever evil befell the castle, or perhaps I would be dead. Ah well, with the Grey Warden aiding our defense, perhaps all is not lost.
See, okay. Telling them about the oil in the store puts a permanent, like, fire barrier between the spawn point for the bad guys and from where you have your guys stationed. However, in theory, what it's supposed to do is as the evil undead come through the fire, they catch fire and they take some damage before they get to your guys. In truth, what ends up happening is all the guys that are in this first blockade start overwhelming those forces, and they end up pushing into the fire and then getting themselves killed. So I don't like using the oil in the village store. Is there anything I can do to help?
We have sufficient armor and weapons, but my knights are too few to stand against the monsters without assistance. Perhaps you could approach Mother Hannah in the Chantry for some holy protection against these evil creatures. Otherwise, I do not know what else you could provide beyond your own talents. We're as prepared for the onslaught as we could possibly be, all things considered.
I'll see what I can do.
That gladdens my heart to hear it.
Carry on.
As you wish, my lord. May God watch over you.
Because see, what it'll do is all your guys are like standing back here at the start, like in a line. The knights, and I think like Dwyn's up here with his guys, and where that barrier is, it lights on fire, and all the undead are coming down this pathway to get to you. So in theory, they need to get through the fire to get to you. However, what ends up happening is a few of them come in, some of them get stuck up there because of pathing, and then more keep coming down around them, and then your guys end up fighting down here for a minute, and then they end up pushing forward to get to the guys that are up here, but then meeting guys right here in the fire ended up getting killed by the fire. So it's really stupid, and I don't like, you know, putting that in there. And because the first time I used it, I was like, oh wow, like, you know, this is gonna be great. Like I'm actually gonna see, and as you run around, they get more and more armored. Berwick's gonna be down here, Murdoch's gonna be here, Dwyn. See, Dwyn and the thugs say they're down here, but then they end up there.
The king isn't coming. No big.
Let's go into the Chantry. Oh. Talk to Caitlin.
Bevan said you were the one who found him. I can't possibly repay you.
Not the sword I found in your house.
Bevan told me about Grandfather's sword. So you have it then? I suppose it won't go to waste, at least.
Promised Bevan I would pay for it.
I have no idea what it's worth, to be honest. And you found Bevan? I couldn't ask you for money.
It's a valuable sword. Here, 100 silver, take it.
Thank you. That's certainly a lot of coin. How can I ever repay you?
Just stay safe.
The Maker sent you. I just know it. Thank you again.
So there's some reason she's... Alright, Mother Hannah.
You are a stranger amongst us, yet you still agree to defend our village in its darkest hour. We are most grateful to you.
Be grateful when we win the battle. I have my own reasons to be here. I cannot stand by while monsters attack the helpless. Keep your gratitude. I need nothing from the Chantry. Be grateful when we win the battle.
I will be grateful of your attempt, even if it fails. We can ask no more. Allow me to introduce myself. I am revered Mother Hannah, head of this Chantry, which for the moment is a place of refuge for these poor villagers.
How awful this must be for you all. Is this everyone who's left?
All those who cannot defend themselves, yes. They are terrified of tonight's attack, and I fear these walls will not keep them safe. What can I do to help with your task?
Sir Perth needs holy protection for the knights.
I have done all I can for them. I pray for them each night and seek the Maker's forgiveness for their sins before they face their deaths. What Sir Perth seeks is something that is not in my power to give.
What do you mean?
Sir Perth believes that I can protect them against these creatures, a shield only the Maker can provide, and that I withhold this power.
Well, can't you just tell him the Maker will watch over him? Morale is a powerful thing, you know.
You mean you want me to let them think the Maker protects them in a real sense? I will not lie to them like that.
But if they think it helps them.
I suppose their belief in the Maker's power could inspire them, but it just seems like trickery. Very well. If it keeps them alive, I will do what I must. I have a number of silver-cast holy symbols. Tell Sir Perth that he can have them, and that wearing them will confer the Maker's protection. Now please, let me tend to these poor folk. I must do what I can, and I suggest you do the same.
Quest updated. Here, you can have the Maker's protection. Alrighty. Rally as many people as you can.
The Knights of Redcliffe are ready to fight at your disposal.
You said you wanted holy protection.
Have you spoken to the revered mother? Has she offered anything?
Well,
Must we do this? The faith that will protect these men must come from their heart, surely.
If they are the same as the symbols worn by their priests, well, that would more than suffice.
You think it will actually help?
Of course I do. These are Maker's symbols. What better protection could we ask for? I will send some men to collect the amulets. Please give my regards to Mother Hannah for seeing some sense at last.
Is there anything else you need?
No, nothing comes to mind. If you have not spoken to the Mayor, Murdoch, you should. His militia is far more in need of aid than we are.
Carry on.
As you wish, my lord. Maker watch over you.
Liliana didn't like that, but Morgan did. I think Liliana's like in the negative now. Nope, +5. She's still neutral. Morgan is +20. Give her some wine.
A fine gift. You have my thanks.
There you go. Bronze symbol of Andraste.
That's a wonderful thought. I don't know what to say.
See, and you could give her Andraste's Grace right now, but there's like a thing where, like, if you learn about her mother and the flowers she used to put her stuff, then give it to her. You get a little bit more out of it. But that's if you actually ended up talking to her. Okay. So, let's... Those fries. Trap knocks down whoever triggers it. Trap triggers. I only have one trap trigger. Small claw trap.
These humans don't know the hilt of a sword from the pointy end. This ought to be interesting.
Don't think anybody has any trap triggers to sell.
I must admit, it feels good to be up and doing something finally.
Let's talk business.
Right.
Yeah, see, he's got metal shards. I could do caltrops, but I only have one. Yeah, sure. Here you go. We got one trap trigger. That's bad. Okay, let's get everybody kitted out as much as possible. I think you need to have poison making in order to use poisons on your weapons. Morgan. She's going to need Valerian potions. Let's go ahead and extend our bar out of. Potion, Greater Lyrium Potion. Liliana. She also has poison making. So I can put... Well, let's make some stuff. Deathroot extract. I want to say Venom just... So she can throw acid flasks too. Yeah, movement speed penalty. Yeah, I'd rather have the... yeah, I'd rather have the stunning effect. And then I can make some traps. Get rid of that now that I don't have something telling my computer self to freaking do that. Small claw trap. And then we can make some caltrops. Small claw trap. See, what I need to do is when I go down into the area where they're setting up that final defense, I can like go to some of the areas I know things need to go through and throw caltrops down and maybe throw one of my throw that trap down. It'll help slow things down. Okay. I want to say I'm as prepared as I can be. Give her access to health poultices as well, just in case. And you also... Okay, so... this is pretty much where I'm going to end up calling it. Let's just get some of the more talking points out of the way. Maybe I can talk to some of my companions, get some approval. I got less than 10 minutes. The battle is going to take a while.
Yes? If you must.
Let's talk to Liliana.
Yes?
What do you know of this place?
Redcliffe? I know little of it except that it is the domain of the Earl of Redcliffe. Redcliffe? I wonder how the name came to be. Is the clay here red? There are places in this world where the clay is a bright, strange red, and often, in the legends of such places, it is the red of blood. The blood of 1,000 men slaughtered in battle, or that of an innocent, unjustly slain. It stains the land that it may never be forgotten. Perhaps Redcliffe has one such tale. But I do not know it.
Yeah, Liliana's also a bard, so she's supposed to know, like, tales and stuff like that. Let's talk about something else.
Yes?
I'd like to talk.
Well, here I am.
This vision of yours.
I knew this would come up sooner or later. I don't know how to explain, but I had a dream. In it, there was an impenetrable darkness. It was so dense, so real. And there was a noise, a terrible, ungodly noise. I stood on a peak and watched as the darkness consumed everything. And when the storm swallowed the last of the sun's light, I fell. And the darkness drew me in.
What then?
When I woke, I went to the Chantry's gardens, as I always do. But that day, the rosebush in the corner had flowered. Everyone knew that bush was dead. It was grey and twisted and gnarled, the ugliest thing you ever saw. But there it was, a single beautiful rose. It was as though the Maker stretched out his hand to say, even in the midst of this darkness, there is hope and beauty. Have faith.
And this made you want to help me.
In my dream, I fell. Or maybe I jumped. I'd do anything to stop the Blight. I know that we can do it. There are so many good things in the Maker's world. How can I sit by while the Blight devours everything?
Chantry says the Maker's left us. The Blight is the Maker's punishment. Will you defy him? I suppose I couldn't sit by either.
That is why you're a Grey Warden. Come, there's a Blight to stop.
The honor improves +2.
Yes?
Have to talk.
Well, here I am.
What was life in the Chantry cloister?
It was a life suited for contemplation. In the cloister, away from the fuss and the flurry of the cities, I found peace. And in that stillness, I could hear the Maker. But it was not perfect. Some of my Chantry fellows were condescending. That is the nature of religious folk, I suppose.
Condescending? How so?
When I talked about my beliefs, that the Maker reveals himself in the beauty of his world, they treated me with disdain. They want to believe that he's gone, so that when he turns his gaze on them, it means they are special, chosen. He cannot possibly have love for all, the sick and the weary, the beggars and the fools.
I don't really want the Maker looking in on me anyway. What did you say to them? I prefer your ideas to the ideas of the Chantry, but you must earn the Maker's blessing. I prefer your ideas to the ideas of the Chantry.
Thank you. Maybe I am wrong. But it is the Maker's place to decide if I am worthy, not men, not the Chantry. But there is work to be done, and I have talked enough for now.
+2.
Yes?
Like to talk.
Well, here I am.
What would someone like you be doing in Lothering's Chantry?
What is meant by someone like me?
You just don't seem like you belong in the cloister. You know, a beautiful, charming woman like yourself, sanctimonious, preachy, like all other Chantry zealots. They don't teach you how to fight in the cloister, do they?
Did you think I was always a cloistered sister? The Chantry provides succor and safe harbor to all who seek it. I chose to stay and become affirmed.
What did you do before that? Affirmed. Why were you seeking safe harbor? So your skills were learned before your time in the Chantry. What did you do before that?
I was a traveling minstrel in Orlais. Tales and songs were my life. I performed, and they rewarded me with applause and coin. And my skill in battle? Well, you pick up different skills when you travel, yes? Yes, of course. Let's move on.
Uh-huh.
Yes? Well, here I am.
You're a traveling minstrel. Do you have tales to share?
Of course I do. I love stories far too much to keep them to myself. Everyone should be able to benefit from them, I think.
Do you know any Ferelden legends?
I know one. Told to me by my mother a long time ago. It always chilled me to the bone. Maybe you have heard of Flemeth?
Maybe. I met a Flemeth in the Kokari Wilds.
Are you sure? Was she the Flemeth of legend? Flemeth, the devourer of men? Flemeth, mother of witches? Flemeth, demon-touched, who dwells in the mists?
What does it matter? She didn't really introduce herself as such. She looked like an average old woman. They probably just had the same name. She didn't really introduce herself as such.
Ferelden mothers scare their daughters with talk of Flemeth. They say that if you're bad, Flemeth will spirit you away and bind you to her forever. They also say that Flemeth mourns her lost beauty and will steal yours through your looking glass if she catches you.
Tell me the whole story. Flemeth was once beautiful. I don't have time to discuss Flemeth was once beautiful.
Flemeth's beauty was known throughout the land. She had hair like unto a moonless night, skin as pale as winter's first snow, and eyes as beautiful and perilous as the sea. When she came of age, she came to the attention of the Lord of Highever, Conobar, and he took her for his wife. Conobar soon learned that his young bride had the gift of magic. He kept this a secret, for he feared that she would be taken from him. Flemeth stayed with Conobar for some years, and with his blessing, she practiced her art. And then one day, a young poet named Osen came to the castle. Flemeth was captivated by Osen's voice, and he by her beauty, and they fell in love.
Ooh, the plot thickens.
Flemeth longed to be with her true love, and she and Osen fled from Conobar's lands, seeking refuge in the Kokari Wilds with the Chasing tribes. They lived there happily for many a year, till the day Flemeth received news that Conobar was dying and longed to see her face one last time. Flemeth's heart swelled with pity for the man who once was her husband, and begged Osen to return to Conobar's side with her. But when Flemeth and Osen entered Highever, they were captured by Conobar's men, and Osen was slain in front of Flemeth's eyes. Flemeth was imprisoned in the highest tower of the castle, there to await Conobar's judgment on her. Distraught at the loss of her love, Flemeth plotted revenge against her husband. She summoned a fey demon, intending for it to wreak vengeance on Conobar. But a spell went awry. The demon possessed Flemeth. Turning her into an abomination, the halls of the castle ran red with blood as Flemeth slaughtered Conobar and all his men. The last of Flemeth's humanity melted away, and at dawn, she stole back to the wilds to plot and scheme for 100 years. They say she took to her side many Chasing men, and with their help, begat her daughter witches, who even now prowl the dark places of the Kokari Wilds.
Let's just move on. Okay, yeah. Hello, and thank you for watching my video. Remember to subscribe to my channel and like the video if you enjoy my content. It really helps me out. Also, if you want to catch my playthroughs live, you can check me out over at Twitch. Link in the description.